parking or just turning around?
Just turning around.
Okay. All right.
Military vehicles only. It's not us.
It's not us?
Not with only 3 soldiers with us.
I mean, well, technically with soldiers, that does count, right?
Well, technically, you know.
All right, Mr. Bud. Oh, well, sort of at the beginning of the video, and not the beginning of the area where we're currently at. Do you want to tell us anything about where we're at?
Well,
Tell them where we're at?
Yeah, this is Fort Meade. At one time, this was a regular Army outpost, dating all the way back to Dakota Territory days. They would have training. They would have regular barracks here.
Look at the cool little gun over there, guys.
That big pop shooter right there. Big guns. They also got a tool over in the park,
there
too.
There it is. Big gun.
Big
gun.
Interestingly enough, this was one of the last sites that trained cavalry units for the U.S. military. There was also, we'll probably hit it when we get into the museum part itself. There's something with the Star-Spangled Banner that, if I remember it, this is one of the first places that made it a tradition of playing national anthem. I mean, you just look at some of these buildings.
That is a cool building.
Yeah.
I'd love to poke around in that building.
Why would we be wandering around? Well, you see. This is us.
Needless to say, as a military base, we had to go through a check-in, and so we're not going to be doing anything that is against the rules because we don't want to get kicked out or arrested.
Yeah. We'll take a
Great Goose.
That's Goose's vocabulary. But we'll take a look at some of these from the outside as we make our trip around the. You could call it a campus now, because I guess some of it still does have learning and educational facilities up here.
All I know is they got some really pretty buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, look, my favorite flowers. Lilacs are my favorite flowers. The only problem is they have very, very short growing season. Oh, they're almost in bloom.
They got some honeysuckle with them too.
Nice.
Looks like at one time it might have been a barrack.
Maybe.
Safety building. Here's a police unit.
Hello, policeman. We are behaving, I promise.
It's literally, it says engineering warehouse, but it also says police.
Well, maybe it was
police.
engineering, now it is police.
Yes. Police and thank you.
Ha. He thinks he's funny.
Just like the fire truck for the boy.
Vote down below. Is he funny? I say no. That is their fire station, I'm guessing.
Yep.
We've got 4 bays, as David would call.
Yeah.
And a chimney.
A chimney. Pipe shop.
I almost saw it said pine shop.
By the Education Center. Office. Yeah, they definitely built these for staying power. I mean, look at all the brickwork.
I like brick buildings.
Yes.
Orange. Oh, it says garage.
Orange.
It
She
looked
can
like
read, folks.
I saw what looked like an O and an R, so my brain jumped ahead to fill it in as orange.
This is dyslexia in full effect. Ambulance.
I'm tired. I can't read. Just leave me alone. Be nice to me.
Ambulances. VA Black Hills Healthcare. This also still is a fully functional medical VA hospital up here. There was some talk that they were talking about trying to shut down this one and the one down in Hot Springs. We've seen that in a couple of videos. And then they want to build one primarily focused in Rapid, which to me, I can see both sides of the argument. You know, one side is you'd have all the needs and specialized stuff in one location, but at the same time, if you're used to coming up here or used to going to the one down in Hot Springs. Also,
I mean, we have a ton of events. Why can't we have more than one?
Exactly.
It just seems like...
You folks vote. You guys vote. Would you prefer to have 2 smaller ones that are in their specific locations that have been there for years, or would you rather combine them and put them in one single location? It's your call.
Like, the smaller ones could be for, like, basic needs, and then the bigger one could be for, like, specialized needs.
Yeah.
I don't see why you can't have both. I mean, obviously budgetary reasons, but
A great big long building back there with a basement.
basement.
We're gonna get a close up for our son because obviously this is his ball of wax.
Yes, he likes fire trucks.
The brush truck. Fort Meade. Established 1878. So yeah, this was back in when it was Dakota Territory before they made the states. But fire department.
And there's a bunker.
Bunker.
Everybody in the bunker.
Everybody in the bunker. Watch out for tornadoes.
Look at those clouds, guys.
Yeah.
We were going to go to the National Cemetery, and then I decided it wanted to wane on us.
Very much
I'm
right.
kind of sad that the fog is gone. I like the fog. The police department's looking for us.
Yes, they are.
They're wondering what the hell we're doing.
Well, they're right there. You can ask them.
I don't have to ask him. I know what he's thinking.
Hi, dude. He waved. He's friendly. Wave.
Just because he waved doesn't mean he's friendly. Means he's a human who knows how to return common courtesies.
Yeah. They got holes underneath their deck right there.
Maybe they're bunny holes.
Maybe. That's bud holes. Up here on the road. But see, they would have literally families would camp out here with their, respective soldiers.
I think we have
a lot of the families would stay
families
in these,
here.
Barracks of sorts. They would have both family and individual barracks, so that if people wanted to live here while they were serving their time, they could. A lot of different types of training went on here. As I've mentioned before, the cavalry learned to ride horses and how to fight from horseback, which just shows you how old the fort is. And of course, you had your officers' quarters, which we've seen a few of them. Whoa, way back there.
I see it.
They might be one of the original armories. They may tell us when we get to the museum too. Because I'm going to ask them 1,001 questions.
Who you know? Oh, look at that house.
Wow.
I like that.
That's a big Hummer.
I'd live in something like that.
Yeah.
Not red though. I'd
Not
have to
red.
paint it though. I could not do red.
There's a sign over on the grassy area up here too.
It says, I don't know what it says. Yeah. See if
Or
I
else it's
can.
just a concrete piece, maybe.
Hang on. Damn it.
Sorry, Stadium.
Ah, good job. I was trying to zoom in, but my camera likes to go foggy after I zoom so much.
We'll go
So
this
it's
way
good.
so they can see the
So I was
front
gonna,
of the building.
I was gonna switch
Yeah, I just looked at it and read it.
Now, back along there, you can see where the officers' quarters would be. Custer and McKenzie, no parking. Why? No parking November 1st to March 31st.
Well, that means we can
Not park.
not park. I was like, wait, what's the time frame again? My brain went blank.
Of course, then you've got the parade grounds out here that when they would have their morning drill. Birdies. But those are some awesome looking houses.
Those are some awesome looking houses.
This one here I like,
I like that one too.
with the pillars and the great big deck. 3 floors. Boy,
The only thing I can say about those decks,
Uh-huh.
we'd have to find a way to make sure that they were wasp proof.
Yes.
I don't like wasps.
Look at this one, it's all concreted in.
That was kind of cool.
Another great big one here. This one here almost reminds me of something off of the campus for the School of Mines.
Kinda.
Like one of the university buildings. There was one right next to the Museum of Geology that kind of looked like that. And then rolling hills behind it.
Speaking of which, Angel, don't forget we need a, my mind went blank.
Thumbnail.
Thank you. for the plague zone and the geology.
I know.
No, I just wanted to remind you I was thinking about it.
Geology.
Who talked to you? Who said you could talk?
SpongeBob.
Yeah, he lied.
Oh.
You're not allowed.
Here's a couple more big ones. Wow.
So that
Building
definitely
65.
looks like a dorm or something.
Yeah.
Outdoor
Student quarters. Yep.
Why did I say outdoor? I'm not even reading the signs. I'm just making them up as I go.
Apparently. Here's a church, it looks like.
Yep, this is a historical chapel.
Cleveland Fellowship Hall. Then here's the movie theater /
What used to be in the movie theater, tis not anymore. At least I don't think it is anymore.
Still theater, yep.
I don't know. It looks kind of run down.
What the danger signs say?
Danger, you're an idiot. I'm just kidding. Hang on. I can't see it. Authorized personnel only. Cancer and lung hazard. I'm pretty sure they're not using it anymore.
Probably not. They would have to do some severe renovation to make it work. Down Sheridan Road.
So I think I was white. I don't know. The museum looks really busy.
Very, very, very busy.
I don't think we can get in today.
I don't think so. Yeah. Wow. Warrior ethos.
Oh, look at that step. Watch this weird step. Well, at least it kind of has a landing there. I still don't trust it.
Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage.
I think they might be working on it.
Just a little bit. Replacing the railing, etc.
This one says another Warriors building.
I will never accept defeat. Big gun.
Big gun.
Big gun. There's a way to wake somebody up in the morning.
Yes. And there's the museum.
There's also a little
There's another gun over
memorial
there.
marker here too. I'm gonna have to go look at that.
There's another gun.
It started here.
Are you sure?
That's what the sign says.
I see that. I'll have to go look at those. I'm gonna pause you guys for a minute while I put my coat on. You wanna take the camera, Goose?
No.
Okay. Oh. I don't know why I did that. I did not need to step up. Zoom out. That's a crappy picture. Let's try that again. There we go. That's better. There we go. All right, Mr. Bud, what do you have to say?
This is a monument to the World War vets, World War II, European Theater of Operations. This is where they put in a lot of hard work, blood, liberating Europe from the Nazi Germany regime. Normandy, of course, was where D-Day happened. Northern France is when they made their breakout and advanced forward. The Rhineland is where they had to cross the Rhine River. Ardennes, Alsace, of course, through Central Europe. 4th Cavalry, 24th Cavalry. Quite a monument.
It is very impressive.
More than a few of these guys, I probably saw their headstones in different places.
Maybe. Something we'll have to look into.
I was looking to see if we had any of the James gang.
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it. There's a Johnson. John J. Knowledge. What a name. Sterling. Tate, Thompson, Turner, Underwood. This is a fresh one, though. You can see.
Yeah, I was going to say, that
Top
one looks
copy.
kind of newer than the others.
There's a little plaque over by the gazebo.
Oh, a little plaque first then?
Yeah.
All right, no plaque it is. Joe goes in the sidewalk, I go across the grass. Why? Because it's faster. And a music director.
Art Deacon. For Meade, they for the Meade.
Do you want to do the big sign or you want to do the one over there? Because there's one over there too.
Let's do the one over there. Circle back to it started.
It's getting chilly. It wasn't when we first got out, but that wind's picked up. Because it can, I think.
I do like the fellow over here in the parade area, by the way, too.
Why? Because he thinks he's in a parade?
He's been surfing for how many years?
I'm just giving him a hard time. Yeesh, children. No, I don't respect anybody. I'm just kidding. Yeesh, you guys are so serious.
The President of the United States, in the name of the Congress, takes pleasure in presenting the Congressional Medal of Honor. Charles D. Roberts, 2nd Lieutenant U.S. Army, 17th U.S. Infantry, place and date at El Cady, Cuba, 1898, entered service at Fort D.A. Russell, Wyoming, Cheyenne Agency, date and issue, 21st June, 1899, gallantry, assisted in the rescue of the wounded from in front of the lines under heavy fire of the enemy.
There's a picture on the other side of him.
For history's sake, I'm taking a photograph of him.
What? Hi, son. Son can't make up his mind if he wants to be out or not.
Brigadier General, United States Army, Charles DeVal Roberts, passed away in 1966. Got caught by the rope.
Again, pay attention where you're walking.
That's my rope. There's your Spangled Banner thingy.
Yep. On this parade ground in 1892, the Star-Spangled Banner got its impetus to become the national anthem. Colonel Caleb Carleton of the 8th Cavalry was post commander and with his wife discussed the need for a national air. At her suggestion, he concluded that it should be the Star-Spangled Banner, whereupon he required that it should be played at retreat at the close of parades and concerts. General Carleton wrote in 1914, when Governor Sheldon of South Dakota visited Fort Meade, our custom was explained to him. Later, I attended a reception given by Governor Hastings of Pennsylvania at the governor's mansion in Harrisburg, and he promised me that he would try to have the custom established among the state militias. Not long afterwards, I had an interview on the subject with the Secretary of War, Daniel E. Lamont, and my impression is that it was but a few months later that he issued an order requiring the Star-Spangled Banner to be played at every army post every evening at retreat. In addition to this, I tried to enforce respect for our national flag by having everyone rise and remove their hats when the colors passed them. The Adjutant General designated as the national air, and in 1931, Congress declared it the national anthem. So this was basically where it all started. 1892.
Wait, there's more photograph of it.
Okay, there we go. Can you tell I was out in the sun this weekend? I think I'm a little crispy around the edges. I also think I overdid it, so I'm taking it easy the next couple of days. So if I miss you, I will catch up as soon as I am feeling not sunburnt. Anyway, are we ready? Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. This shout out is for our friend, Conscious. Oh, it's a long title. Hang on a minute. I had to back out of its description to see the whole channel name. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. Welcome in social entrepreneurs, socially responsible companies, beautiful souls seeking opportunity. I would believe that we would love and enjoy what we believe that we should. I can read. Enjoy what we do and have a wonderful flow of income. On this channel, I focus on sharing the services of my companies offer as well as business opportunities. It's always good to have opportunities, find opportunities, and definitely beneficial to enjoy what you do. Like they say, it isn't really work if you're enjoying it. Still working on that, although my job's not bad. It definitely not my dream job, but you do what you gotta do. Anyway, have a good day. Enjoy the video. It's like a difference between blacks and African Americans. Some people like that, and some people don't.
Right. Different
Well,
people
at
get
least
butthurt
both
over
are
different
accurate, though.
True.
One isn't saying, hey, I know you're basically the indigenous people of America, but we're going to call you Indians, even though we're not in America. And Indians are from India. It's not a difficult concept.
President of the United States. Meal arrives 107 years late. Why am I not surprised by that? Ooh, that's a cool safe.
Yeah, this is one of the great oxymorons.
Uh-oh.
Because they sent Custer to the Black Hills supposedly to confirm there's gold in the Black Hills. They knew there was gold in here 30 years prior.
They weren't sure.
Right.
He doesn't believe it.
Of course, they also had, fur traders and stuff like that that came through the area dating back to the early 1800s. courtesy of the French, thanks guys, who came through here looking for pelts, other trading goods. And interestingly enough, that's also where the Native Americans started getting their hands on forged iron, things like arrowheads, stuff like that. Of course, later on they also learned the value of things called horses. If it wasn't for the horses, they never would have got over this happy thing called the Missouri River. Of course, the other thing that helped them get across the Missouri River was the fact that the Arikara and a couple of the other tribes were decimated by smallpox, which eventually led to the Lakota, Sioux, and several other of the Oseti Siquan tribes crossing into western South Dakota. A lot more fun history to study.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was the smart one at Custer's last stand, the Little Bighorn, because he actually held up his forces, or they would have been butchered just like Custer was. Of course, there was a lot of speculation as to what and all went wrong with, besides the fact that Custer decided not to wait for his backup forces. And then, obviously when you march into a group of, there's estimates between 1,000 to 2,000 Native American warriors were at the campsite that they thought, oh, this is going to be an easy battle. No, actually, they pretty much got butchered. Well, you can see the little map here that shows the tactics that they tried to use. And what's interesting is that there wasn't actually a final last stand. There were several points where the soldiers basically gathered into smaller groups to try to defend their positions. Eventually, they ran out of ammunition, they ran out of bodies. So,
Stop ducking.
About history.
I know.
How do we know who's telling the fucking truth?
Nobody knows.
These guys here actually, because
They do have
some.
some. They do have some documentation.
They interviewed the chiefs.
But how do we know they're not lying about stuff? Because it's very fucking easy to lie and just make it your own version of history.
True, but like I said, there are some documentation, like photographs. And back then, editing those was not really a thing. But yes, most of this is word of mouth and he said, she said. But there's also proof of like body counts. They counted the bodies.
One of the ways they also did it is that they would take the stories of, say, 4 chiefs, and if, 3 of the 4 agreed on certain aspects of the story, that's when they would basically be able to say, obviously this is the lead-in for what actually happened at the said ground.
And also, if they're saying that, a story that doesn't make them look good, it's probably closer to the truth than one that makes them look good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering, because it's like...
So you think if the Native Americans are saying, okay, this white guy did this, and it makes them look bad, then they're probably at least telling somewhat of the truth.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, how much of this is the real history, because a lot of the people that I've, heard talk, like a lot of the indigenous people were like, a lot of our history was...
Some of it, some has been rewritten and changed, I will admit
and
that.
I hate that.
But that is the case for everybody, not just the Native Americans.
I know, I'm just saying with this, because this is
Right.
what this is based off of, them apparently throwing fits and whatnot.
There's some helmets we couldn't touch.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Those are kind of cool. Oh, I like that. Angel, here's a song for you. I hate to get up in the morning. All right. If you're going to be a grump, you could just stay in the car.
No, it's like, it's a sad song.
Because they don't want to get up in the morning? Who does?
Hey, if you're hungry, you could have a piece of hardtack.
No, thank you.
As far as I know, this is one of their delicacies back in the day. Oh, here's your beans, by the way.
Beans for the girl.
That hardtack looks like a gross mattress.
It's
It's like they killed SpongeBob and drained him of his color.
I thought it was maybe a soap.
Yeah.
yeah. What was crazy is that there was 2 forms of hardtack. Okay, history lesson, nerds. The British actually had it better because they had a hardtack that you basically soak in coffee to loosen it up a little bit. Our hardtacks, I mean,
Is it supposed to be like a cracker?
Yeah, it's like, the British called theirs biscuits, which you think of our biscuits as round, gooey, and good for sandwiches.
Right, but I know that the British tended to say cracker for our cookies, so.
Of course, those sometimes dated back to the Civil War, but they are also, for the preservatives and stuff, they tended to hold out rather well. 30 caliber machine gun ammo. Fun.
Jesus Christ, it's hot here.
It is kind of warm. Want to go boxing?
Sure.
Here we go. Been there, been there, been there, been there, been there, been there.
We could play
been there.
checkers. My mind went blank.
Oh, that's a pretty cool picture.
What's cool about it?
Oh, the panorama view all
Gotcha.
the way across.
He's impressed by the panorama view.
Wow.
This is when I make the announcement that I'm just going to go to museums by myself now.
You're not allowed. Poker Alice. I remember her. She's a part of Deadwood history.
Where's Alice in that photo? Oh, it's a hat owned by her.
There's a picture of her down here, but yeah, I'm not sure why the big picture, which,
Why have that up? It's for Alice.
That's her tombstone, or at least a replica of it. I wonder where that's at.
It's at the museum. It's at the graveyard we've been to. The small one. What was it? Saint
Aloysius?
Aloysius. Yeah.
Ah.
It's down there.
Did we see that? I don't think we
I don't
did.
think so. I think it's in the upper portion that we didn't get a real chance to go through very much of.
Okay, this is a loopy circle, so which way do we go, Angel?
No.
No? Okay, no it is.
No, I want.
You wanted me to move this way, okay.
Yeah.
No one said I could follow directions.
Ah, yes.
Why does that look like a sex doll or something? Look at him. Look at the details in his eyes.
Daddy's looking at the map.
I'm sorry.
Wow, am I shocked? No. I'm a nerd. I'm bored. Ooh, women's army. Hello.
You see, I thought I saw ladies over there.
Finally, some fucking women.
Remember, they weren't a thing for a very long time.
I know, and that's part of the reason I hate history a little bit.
And we're making advances.
That's also why I like living in this day and age more.
I'm with you, girl.
Also, I think there's Lady Athena on this coat.
Huh? Well, that would make sense.
Yeah.
She is a lady warrior. D-Day. We did a post for D-Day, didn't we? We went somewhere. Where did we go? Wasn't Memorial. Is that when we went up to the veterans one?
I think so. Fort Meade.
They have a little tidbit of her with these people.
With these people.
With these people.
I'm trying. Look at, she's excited. Look at her. Look at that.
And look at the pins. And it says here, Pallas Athene, Greek goddess of victory and womanly virtue, wise in peace and the arts of war, was adopted as a symbol of the corpse.
I always hate it when they call it corpse.
Yeah.
Makes them sound like they're dead.
Pallas Athene and the traditional U.S. were worn as label insignia. Cap insignia was an eagle adopted from the design of the Army Eagle. Enrolled women applied through Army recruiting stations. Oh, I love women. Be a lieutenant Alice Pinger, in charge of the South Dakota All-State WAC Recruiting Committee, announces that the Army Air Forces have inaugurated a new program of recruiting for WAC.
Wax.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So there's the wax, the waves. Oh, guys. Not touching. These were the guys that.
Hang on.
Imagine you're in a nice, safe plane that has no problems, and you're going to jump out of it to take and go down and fight somebody. That's what these guys went through. They would be trained basically to handle glider operations, going into places like the Black Forest, varying regions of Germany. There were several divisions that did this sort of effort. My hats off to them.
Angel, you had something to say?
Yeah.
This is part of the reason I like living in this day and age more. Because we can do a whole lot more now. Because, like, compared to just a shit ton of, like, displays for, like, the men in the war and everything, we get this. There might be another one here, but, again, compared to the amount of, you know, men over here instead, this is cool. Women are fucking powerful and should be able to do what they want. They don't just have to sit home and cook in the kitchen. No.
This is the only person in the family who cooks.
Yeah, because you suck at it.
Yes.
And because I like cooking, not because I'm forced to cook.
True. True.
Now, if I was forced to cook, I'd be like, oh, hell no, starve foot, bitch.
That is a dopey looking outfit.
Oh, yeah.
That one's kind of boring, but at least it's not derpy. That one's
Bro,
derpy.
look at that fucking ugly ass hat.
Hey, this one has curves.
That's not...
Didn't say it was attractive or anything, just said it had curves.
It's not super realistic. Did she really look like that?
Unfortunately, probably. They had a lot skinnier waists back then.
Wow. A lot of girls nowadays would be hella jealous of that waist.
That is probably the ideal waist for a lot of people's. But not me, because, you know.
We don't give a shit.
I mean, I'd like to get down a size or two, but...
It's a historian.
It's a Historia.
Historian.
Gotcha. I misheard.
Yeah.
That makes a little bit.
Bye, guys.
That makes a little bit more sense.
We misheard. Calm down. I like the old bowl.
It's pretty. Oh, found the restroom. Ooh, look. Patches.
Oh, wow.
Donations. Rewards.
What's the...
Oh, Angel here.
Ooh, this is a mirror. Oh, 2 mirrors. Okay, this is kind of my area. A little bit better.
That is. I like it, but I don't like the color. Look at this one. This one's kind of cool. Again, I don't like the color though.
Oh, everything's so much prettier. That dress looks like something out of Crimson Peak. Same with that one. Oh, these are pretty. Women were still more confined to the homes and whatnot, but got a little bit better.
Early day toys.
That's kind of cute.
I was wondering what the tiny violin was for.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
We're not going to focus on that thing, but that's a thing.
No, they do not deserve any more attention.
There you go, Angel.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh, weaponry.
Yes, what a good place that those totally belong together. Door handles.
Quite a collection.
Trying to decide where to go. without getting in everybody's way. That's all. The pantry. Thank you for telling me what it was. I would have never guessed.
But yeah, still mostly confined to like the house and whatnot, but still moving.
I love these lights. I would love to have some lanterns like this when we move.
That'd be pretty.
We'll need some real lights too, but because these don't give off a ton of light.
I don't know what years these were, but this looks kind of around the time where women started getting more like rights and whatnot. Right to vote, maybe?
Maybe. It doesn't say time period.
It doesn't, and I hate that. It doesn't say anywhere. Late 1800s. Oh.
So before that.
Yeah. But still, on the road to progress. Ew, the Confederate flag.
It is a thing. Have to respect the past whether you like it or not.
No, I will not respect the past.
That's how you learn.
No.
Imagine running that thing.
Oh my god.
What is that thing?
I thought you knew what it was.
Oh, it's a printing press. So I was right. I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to guess and be wrong. Did Daddy go up, down? Oh, Daddy's in here. Never mind. Oh, Faith. Here you go, Angel.
This is on some of the tombstones.
Whoa, touch that Bible.
No. You're hear me talking for a few years.
Chicken.
Christianity. Oh, not a whole lot else.
I thought there would be more. I just saw the bishop thingy here, and I'm pretty sure this is the Star of David.
Yeah, so Jewish and Christianity.
Well, at least I have two.
Now you want to go downstairs or upstairs?
I would probably say up because it's probably going to be hotter, and then we can cool down by going downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Like really tight.
Spooky. Oh.
I don't smoke.
Oh.
Wow, flags.
Oh, wow, is it warm up here?
Yes, it is.
God, they've got like what, 50 flags?
Oh, wow. Well, newspapers.
Ah, oh shit.
We could abandon Daddy here.
If it wasn't so hot, he would die in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he would. He doesn't do he well. These are cool. Look at the padlock.
Oh, pretty dress.
She was that way.
Should I be surprised?
I wasn't really expecting them, I don't know why.
Well, we did see some toys.
True. Hello.
You figure the whole family moved with mom and dad and how they came with.
Or be attached to the item in this museum, you mean?
That could be too.
All I know is I came over here for the dog and I felt like a weight, like something was pulling down my leg. And I'm like, okay, hello. Hi.
It's kind of a pretty dress.
Yeah.
A little bit much for my taste, but I'm a simple gal. Accidents only happen to the other guy. Meet the other guy. Apparently I changed genders.
Yes.
Cool. I'm glad you're accepting of my new gender.
Of course. People who don't accept the new genders are fucking stupid.
For a minute there, I thought that was a double horn. We almost bought a hat like that. One of the secondhand stores. Oh, the soldier who was attached to it wanted to come home. More than that, that was more the reason than the attractiveness.
Oh, that's good, because, ooh, typewriter.
That is a very, very old typewriter. Actually, that's a cash register.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an old desk. Angel, go to school.
No.
Go to school.
No.
Learn shit.
No.
You should have said I already am.
Oh.
Because technically we're in a museum and you are learning shit.
Yeah, that's true. I learned that history can suck sometimes.
Open and play. What are we playing with? I want a refund.
Let me play. I can't follow this command.
And they're different flaggies. I'm very curious what they used to have in there. Oh, I didn't see a little boy in the corner.
You didn't?
What are you doing over there?
It's creeping.
All right, then.
Oh, man.
Oh, you wanted to be a radio person.
Oh.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Oh, at least you chose an actually interesting career.
Well, it does kind of look like an old-fashioned radio, sweetheart, but it's not. That's a new state. That's a modern day modem thingy. I'm gonna go with modem thingy.
I think it's like a speaker.
Is it a speaker?
I have no idea.
It says alarm, so it's a clock. It's a radio.
Huh.
Okay, so you win. It is a radio of some sort. And those are speakers. We are learning stuff.
Oh.
I don't know how much of it we'll ever use, but we are learning stuff.
Holy shit, it's so hot.
I also may not remember any of it by the time we leave the building. Uh-oh, Daddy's laughing at somebody. Well, we could always sit in the chair. Are you ready to head down, Mr. Butt, or are you busy?
Yeah, we can.
I believe him.
It dawned on me why they got the different flags up. They're all different.
I noticed that like right away when we walked in. I thought you.
I like how he said he noticed the different flags were different.
Well, when I heard you say there was just a bunch of flags, I was like, well, they're all different. That's why. It's because of the states that came into the Union, increasing the number of stars.
I just like how you said it.
Talking over him, even though he's.
Oh, he's doing it to you. Don't be bothered.
Yeah. That's also what I'm partially saying. I think it might have been the thing he saw, but even then, it's like, oh well, you do it all the time, sir.
I'm gonna sit for a minute. Oh, that's barbed wire.
Ooh, be careful. Is this a fucking torture chamber?
Ugh.
Oh, be careful.
Yeah, not needlessly, I'm not sending back.
Yeah.
I hear Daddy coming. I need a drink.
Oh, I thought I have a soda in the car. So I'll get down there.
We should still have some Kool-Aid in the car. Although it might be a little bit watery by now. Silence. How many times have we seen that scene there, Angel?
What scene? That scene?
Yes.
Oh.
The field and nothing.
The very interesting landscape that everybody's obsessed with.
Exactly. Want the grandma nightgown, Angel? And some interesting tools.
Double-bladed axe.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, they
Just
weren't
wouldn't want
that
to put it
smart
through
back
your
then.
foot.
I'm just thinking, when somebody cuts wood, which they probably wouldn't use that for, but it bounces back. Imagine if it bounced back and hit you.
Yeah, like I said, they weren't that smart back then. It's a great example why.
Well, they had to learn. Out of order. Restroom is closed.
Cool.
I thought that was a dark room. I guess it kind of is a dark room.
Oh, that's fucking creepy. Hell no.
Want to go up that way? That's creepy.
Ugh.
Shot of a 1942 Harley Davidson.
That's so fucking creepy and weird. Like they couldn't get more light up in there. Ay.
Or, maybe a standing one in the back corner or something.
Yeah.
Oh, alcohol. Well, the lesson of this display is soldiers drank. The end.
A lot. Considering the trauma they had to go through because world leaders just didn't know how to,
They didn't know trauma was a thing back then.
That's true.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, who put the face mask on him? Because I'm pretty sure that was not a thing in that era.
No, it was.
Horsey. Fake horsey, but horsey.
Why is that dude looking at that horse like, damn, baby, you got a good booty?
He's lonely.
Fucking creep.
This is shock. How to treat it.
Oh, okay.
The patient is suffering from shock.
Ah.
I usually get in there and fix the guy.
No.
I like how there's just a pair of pants on the wall.
Yes.
Wow. Fascinating. Oh yes, the old world of medicine and how goddamn fucked up it was.
Also, again, he has a mask. She does not. Why doesn't she get a mask?
Yeah, fuck her apparently.
Oh, that's a cool wheelchair. Instead of having to push it, they just turn the handles.
That's interesting. Well, technically they can do that with the wheelchair.
Right, but this is, I guess, higher up.
I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm coming!
Doesn't look very convenient, but...
No, can you just imagine somebody sitting in that and just... I'm coming for you, Barbara! You stole my banana bread recipe!
I like how you made it banana bread.
I don't know what they decided to fucking eat back then.
I don't know, it might have been a thing.
Might have been.
Somebody just grumbled in my ear, be serious. And I'm like, I don't want to.
No.
You be serious.
I refuse. Being serious is boring.
Retired Senior Volunteer Program for the summer of 1985. Apparently they only did it once.
Yeah.
It was such a success.
Yeah. It would also make sense that they'd be grumbling at us because we're two very outspoken women.
Yeah, they like to grumble at me. I'm not worried about it. Alright, I think we can head up.
How long is that video?
30 minutes.
Wow. Cool. Goodbye.